Good morning, Mario, and good morning, Switch fans. Let's get right into it. When more cool stuff gets announced for Sonic's anniversary than for the Legend of Zelda's, we've got a problem. So today, we're talking about Nintendo suing the heck out of some leakers. Previews have rolled in for Monster Hunter Stories 2 and ooh la la. Plus, Nintendo is screwing up the Legend of Zelda's 35th anniversary, and I need to know if you guys and girls agree or disagree, because we've got to talk about what's going on. What's going on, guys and girls? It's Zach from SwitchForce. Hope you're all having a wonderful Wednesday. Make sure to smash that like button, and if you're new here, welcome to the Good Morning Mario family. We are glad to have you. Nintendo, not so glad to have leakers. If y'all recall, 2 years ago, Pokemon Sword and Shield saw some significant leaks, and it was via the strategy guide. Well, Nintendo employed all sorts of Nintendo ninja tactics and tracked these two dudes down with an outside firm, basically true detectives, ninjas, spies, to hunt these people and punish them. Okay, and they have now settled and agreed to pay $150,000 to Nintendo for leaking pics of the strategy guide and effectively spoiling some of Pokemon Sword and Shield. Was it worth it? Probably not. Now, this amount could have been far larger had they not settled. If they were found guilty and the whole court proceedings actually completed, they probably would have been paying millions. So it seems like this is a good deal for David and Brian, but oh my gosh, that is a life-ruining amount. And they're from a printing company that printed the strategy guide, and they just thought they were doing work for the fans, I guess, but yikes. Yeah, Nintendo takes this business more seriously than anyone else in the business. If you are responsible for leaking one of Nintendo's prized jewels, you're gonna pay all your jewels. On one hand, my heart kinda hurts because this guy's an employee of a printing company. There's probably no way he can afford this at all, and that sucks. But at the same time, you kind of suck for doing something wrong. And I'm curious what you all think. Is this overboard of Nintendo to punish this hardcore, or do you think these leakers deserve it? Now, Monster Hunter Stories 2 is out next month, and there's actually a demo out Friday, which I'm pretty pumped about. Even more pumped now that previews have rolled in, because it seems like Monster Hunter Stories 2 is going to be another Switch hit. Monster Hunter Rise won over a bunch of Nintendo fans earlier this year by delivering an excellent Switch exclusive, and now most people say that Stories 2 is shaping up super nice. I've seen a few press members indicate that the game is pretty easy and maybe too simplistic for their likes, but most people say the battle system actually has a lot going on, it's just not incredibly punishing. And hey, I'm down for that, especially if there's an interesting story. We already know the art style is great, and you get to keep a bunch of monsties by your side as a Pokemon-esque party. I'm really intrigued to see what the demo's like on Friday, and that's gonna be my deciding factor, because July ends up being loaded for Switch with Skyward Sword, World Ends With You, Great Ace Attorney Chronicles, and Monster Hunter Stories 2. Not sure I can get them all or play them all, so I'm gonna have to pick. So I think this demo is gonna be a huge help. Let me know in the comments down below if any of you are excited to play this thing on Friday. All right, friends, buckle up, because it's time for the Korok Seed Shaken segment. We're gonna ruffle some tunics, and I don't even care, because Nintendo is screwing up the Legend of Zelda 35th anniversary. Do you remember back at the E3 Direct when they tried to be so clever? They tried to be so sneaky, and they had Aonuma's translator just slide in there that we got no more campaigns and no more games for the Zelda anniversary. They thought we would just forget about it. It was like when your mom's like, hey, I got your favorite M&Ms, I got a cool movie from Blockbuster, oh, by the way, you're spending the summer with your great Aunt Ruth. No, you can't do us like that. I get you have the Game & Watch, and you got the Wii remake, and maybe Breath of the Wild 2 comes out next year, but nothing? And it hurts especially hard after today's reveals, okay? Because Sega came out and said for Sonic's 30th anniversary, they're doing a lot. They put him in Minecraft yesterday. They've got a movie coming out. They today decided that they're gonna turn Sonic into a VTuber.
Hi.
Which is so strange and maybe wrong. I'm not sure I want to see this, but hey, Twitch has become the Wild West of just about everything, so a CG blue hedgehog doing Party tricks, I mean, it's par for the course. They also said they want to have eventually a theme park for Sonic. They revealed a bunch of cool merch, which I'm kind of eyeballing. And this is from a company that says most of the anniversary is actually taking place next year with their big, bold new Sonic game. They've already got Colors Remastered coming out. They've got a new animated show. I mean, they are doing a lot for the Blue Blur. And then Nintendo, with the heavenly blessing of Link, Zelda, Ganon, and co., they just squander it, all right? They have set up a super lame anniversary. And I know that there's a pandemic, but I really think they need, should, can do more. There's a little bit of weirdness going on because Super Mario's 35th anniversary was by all accounts a pretty big deal, although that thing was shifted back by a lot. It was intended to be revealed before E3 and instead happened in September, and that's where they dropped all the knowledge on Mario 3D All-Stars, Bowser's Fury, partnerships, and more. And we didn't end up getting a lot of that content until 2021, which was technically not the anniversary year. That's where we saw Mario 3D World plus Bowser's Fury release, and that's where we got the Animal Crossing partnership and a few other merch deals as well. So my question becomes, is Nintendo going to do more? Or are they really doing Zelda dirty like this? Yeah, Skyward Sword HD, it's a fine get. And we do have Breath of the Wild 2 to look forward to. But nothing else? How the heck is Sonic getting more love than The Legend of Zelda? How is that even okay? You think about how historic, important, and downright awesome Zelda is, and they're just... I mean, we continue to get confirmation from industry insiders that they're still planning Wind Waker and Twilight Princess for Switch. And the current stuff is saying that they're saving it in case Breath of the Wild 2 takes longer to release. That makes a lot of sense, and it does give me some hope that maybe 2022 will bring more for the franchise. I mean, can we at least get a cool commemorative shirt? Could we do a Animal Crossing crossover? Can we get a 99 style game? I mean, there's so much you could do, including bringing back Ocarina of Time, Majora's Mask, the Oracle games, or anything else. I mean, these titles are so beloved. The very least Nintendo could do is to plop them on Nintendo Switch Online. I mean, it's the N64's birthday. We have no way of playing these games. When you begin to look at Nintendo's back catalog and how much they have access to, how much opportunity there is there, and you think about things like Game Pass or even Nintendo's own virtual console from previous consoles, it's like, what the heck are they doing? It would be so darn simple, and they're just missing the opportunity to make fans happy. Because of Aonuma's words, I cannot see us getting a special Legend of Zelda 35th Anniversary Direct later on this year. I just think either their plans fell apart or they don't value it like we do. And maybe us fans make more of these anniversaries than Nintendo does, but when they do so much good work for Mario, you kind of expect their other tentpole series to get some good love. And they're just like, nah guys, Game & Watch. Now, when all is said and done, I think we'll have a lot of great Zelda games to play on Switch. I mean, Breath of the Wild 2 is probably gonna be freaking incredible. Link's Awakening was pretty good as well, and I would bet there's another Zelda title, or maybe even more than one, on the Switch in the future. But right now, it just feels really lame. It feels like Nintendo missed a great opportunity to celebrate something that is super important to Switch fans, and in particular, Switch owners, because Breath of the Wild defined the Switch for so many of us. That was my first game. That was my first Switch experience. I took it on a plane. I played that thing in prison. I took it everywhere, right? It was so fun to experience the handheld switcheroo for the first time and to play this bold, biggest, best Zelda adventure wherever you were. And now we're waiting quite a while for Breath of the Wild 2, which is understandable. Take the time you need to make that game as magical as it can be. But darn, you got so much that you could just send our way to celebrate. It really can't be that difficult to pop a few of these older titles up on the Switch, even in a limited time fashion. I mean, you know Nintendo would do it that way. They loved killing off Mario back in March. I mean, they probably would do the same for Link, but they're not even letting him be born. They're saying, silence, young child, you don't get the Master Sword. You don't even get the Ocarina, and you surely don't get Majora's Mask. You're just stuck in purgatory. And I know, next month we're getting Skyward Sword, and personally I'm excited to play it. It just feels a bit disrespectful that instead of getting a collection of the best Zelda games to celebrate the 35th, we're getting the one that a lot of people don't have much love for. I'm hoping to rekindle some with a few of their tweaks and the graphical upgrades, but yikes, man, like why not make this a really great thing for The Legend of Zelda? I think they completely screwed up, and I'd love to know how you feel. Is Nintendo dropping the ball big time with The Legend of Zelda, especially in contrast to Sonic? I mean, I like Sonic, but Zelda? Sonic? How? So yeah, let Nintendo hear it in the comments down below, and let's get to today's poll. Remember, I post these every evening, so make sure to turn your notifications on. You can be a part of the conversation. I asked you, do you believe in ghosts? I just wanted to get a little weird and wacky today, and guys, there's a lot of ghost believers out there. 41% of you say yes. That is so many Caspers, or so many Slimers, or something far worse. Now, 26% of you said, I'm not so sure, maybe. And so I gotta kind of group half those people in with the yeses, which means over 50% of you are poltergeist people. Now me, I said no. 33% do not believe in ghosts, and that's a little odd coming from a guy that started his YouTube career as Ghost Robo, but you know, I don't know. This isn't Luigi's Mansion, and I've yet to have a supernatural experience, so currently count me out. But you can count me in to bring you all the latest and greatest from Nintendo, so make sure to smash that like button and let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. I hope you're all having a wonderful hump day. You're halfway to the weekend. It's the summer for most of us. The sun is hopefully shining, but even if it's rain and drain, do not let that get to your brain. Stay as positive as you can, and remember, you're alive. You're living in one of the best eras in the history of the world. We get to play games on a portable Nintendo system that does Breath of the Wild in the bathroom. That's kind of remarkable. All right, so I love you guys. Stay safe, stay healthy, stay happy, stay positive out there. And until next time, everybody, SwitchForce out.